we'd love to hear your questions. But Amy, here was the question that came in. I thought it was a good one. It said, is it worth the time to track MDF and rebates from your vendor partners if you're a small MSP? So I thought that was really interesting. I certainly have a strong opinion of that, but I'll let you go first. What are your thoughts on that question?
Well, my first thought is this could be a really short answer. The answer is yes.
Yes.
Right, end of conversation. Yes, the answer is yes. But well, let me expand on that because the key here in this question is small MSP. And a
Yeah.
lot of times we're, as small MSPs, we're overlooked, and most MSPs are small.
Hmm.
So, but the funding goes to the big ones. Because I guess it makes them look better if they can, yeah, push those big numbers around instead of a lot of little ones.
Yeah.
But there was a time when my MSP made quite a lot of money from rebates and things like that, and most of it was coming from Microsoft, and we would make $60,000 from that as a less than at that time, less than $1 million company. So it was an important source and appreciated one, and that has sort of dwindled away over time. But I wouldn't let that discourage you because I still found a lot of ways that to get those MDF funds to
Hmm.
support us, and one of the key ways was in marketing for new clients.
Yeah.
So, I would contact my vendors, those reps that personally,
Yeah.
and take the time to build those relationships because you need them. And the reason you need them is they can get you money that isn't advertised.
Yeah.
So if you ask them, do you guys have any MDF funds? Oh yeah, they'll send you their sheet, right? And you'll find out you don't qualify. But if you say to your rep, hey, next month I'm going to be doing a potential new customer event.
Hmm.
And, I was wondering if you guys had any money to help me cover lunch. And they'll be like, well, how much money do you need? And, you'll be like, well, I need $150. And I'd be like, well, yeah, I don't know. I mean, we don't usually do that, but let me ask the marketing people.
Hmm.
And nearly 100% of the time, it would come back that no, we can't do that. But then a little bit later, I would get an email from that marketing person saying, hey, uh, you know, we just we didn't end up spending as much money on some other event that they were having, and I've got that $150 for you. Where do you want me to send it?
Yeah.
And it zero strings attached. Like they had extra money in their pot that they were supposed to get rid of for a marketing event, and so poop, here's your $150, right?
Yeah. And I love the way you worded that. It's, there's money in the pot. And one thing I would say is all of the channel marketing entities, including distribution, where you buy your product, okay,
Hmm.
unless it's eBay or something like that, these value-added distributors like a TD Synex or an Ingram, D&H, for example, they all have marketing funds available. And this is all different. MDF stands for Marketing Development Funds. There's rebates. Normally, those rebates in MDF are linked up to how much you sell on your sales out reporting of what gets reported out if you buy directly from them or through distribution. But then
Hmm.
there's other marketing dollars for sponsorships, and then there's spiffs, and those are all different. But back to Amy's point, I agree completely. Yes, you should track this and put forth an effort. And rarely do you ever get what you don't ask for. So the the vendors that you buy the most product from or you sell the most with, make sure you know who the channel managers are and then talk to them and let them know what events you've got going on. We used to, when we were small, Amy, we did the same kind of thing. We did lunch and learns like in our partner co-location facility, a big data center in San Diego, big, beautiful presentation room. We'd do a data center tour and tell them, those were our racks over. in this section,
Mhm.
and then we would do a lunch and learn on some topic, but then I would have a different company, pay for lunch. And then, of course, the data center partner hosted us in their facility. And there's no way I could have done that by ourselves. So those are all just little examples of what to do. I think it's really smart to put forth an effort there for sure.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a guerrilla marketing kind of thing, right? We can we're small, we can actually live off the crumbs of their bigger events that are going on.
Yeah.
But as far as, where to have those events, I like the examples that you just gave. I've had them at data center, I've had them at co-working spaces. And the
That's a
co-working
great idea.
spaces were kind of the same thing. No, you have to be a member here in order to have an event at our conference room. And I said, well, what if I brought you 20 potential customers and
Yeah.
gave you, some time to do your pitch. And then they'd be like, uh, let me talk to the manager. And it would come back again. And
Hmm.
it would come back as, yeah, we can give you 4 hours, time on this date or whatever. Same thing. I also I held them at Microsoft office. Detroit has a Microsoft office, so and they have space. So look around for those creative spaces, and
Yeah.
you can often find somewhere that is really nice. Looks like you spent a ton of money, but you actually didn't spend any.
Right, right. Trade shows are another good thing. If you're maybe speaking at a trade show or even just exhibiting at a local trade show, it could be a chamber of commerce event or more specifically an industry event. Your vendors are great. They'd even help man the booth. They could join you on stage if you're presenting or co-presenting. The one thing I would say as well, in lieu of them giving, in return of them giving you funds, I think it's something that we should provide the list of attendees or the list of leads and work with them closely. Normally you're the one doing the marketing and the following up, but you want to keep you need to kind of give them back some kind of report of like, here's all the attendees or the leads that we got. I'll be working with them, trying to close them and meet with them. Just give them visibility to almost like an ROI type of thing.